Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Kiran. I was born in the UK and I come from originally an Indian background. My family is Sikhism.
Takže pochádzam z Anglicka a moja rodina vlastne je pôvodne z Indie. Vlastne rodina boli Sikhovia.
So I always thought I was born gay.
Ja som si tiež o sebe myslela, že som sa narodila ako lesba, ako homosexuálka.
And I just want to share some of my journey with you, which will kind of help understand why I thought I was born this way.
A ja teraz by som sa chcela podeliť vlastne o čas mojej cesty, že prečo som si myslela, že vlastne som sa narodila ako homosexuálka.
So when I was maybe 2 years old, I had eczema in my hair, so my parents decided to cut it off very short.
Takže keď som mala 2 roky, tak som mala veľmi zlý exém na hlave a rodičia mi z toho dôvodu úplne nakrátko ostrihali vlasy.
And since my earliest memories, I just remember myself having very short hair and dressing as a boy.
A vlastne úplne od malička, čo si pamätám, pokiaľ mi siahajú spomienky, tak som mala vždy krátke vlasy a obliekala som sa ako chlapec.
And growing up in school, I excelled in sport, so I got on better with the boys.
Takže aj v škole som excelovala v športe a lepšie som si rozumela s chlapcami.
And growing up, I continued to walk in this identity of looking like a boy.
A vlastne, ak som vyrastala, tak som naďalej pokračovala v tejto identite, že som vyzerala navonok ako chlapec.
And I remember sometimes when my mom talks about our past memories, she says that even your teachers were confused, were you a boy or a girl? They ask you if you're a girl, put a ribbon on your wrist.
A vlastne aj mama mi hovorila, že v škole, že som mala také zážitky, že ani učitelia nevedeli, neboli si istí, či som chlapec alebo dievča, a že keď som dievča, že mám si dať takú stužku na ruku, aby to bolo viditeľné.
So I always had this word spoken that you look like a boy, and this really just stayed with me growing up, even up in my teenage years.
A čiže celý život som vlastne počúvala nad svojím životom tie slova, že ty vyzeráš ako chlapec, a vlastne toto vo mne zostalo ešte aj v období puberty.
And for a very short period of my time, I come from a very loving home with fabulous parents and loving parents, but for a short period of time my father was absent.
Ja pochádzam z veľmi milujúcej rodiny, mám veľmi milujúcich rodičov, ale po určitý krátky čas môj otec tam nebol.
And during this time of his absence, it was me who picked up his fatherly responsibility, so I was able to help my mother in various things, and this kind of confirmed my identity as more of a male.
A v tomto čase som ja tak zastúpila tú rolu otca, robila som rôzne veci namiesto neho, a to ma ešte viac utvrdilo v tej mojej identite, takej mužskej identite.
And in my teenagers, I knew I was struggling with school to connect with my female friends, and at that time I was really struggling internally with my mind because I knew I was having attraction towards women.
A vlastne v tom čase, keď som bola v puberte, som mala problémy vo vzťahu s kamarátkami. Nevedela som sa s nimi nejak zblížiť, ale zároveň som začala cítiť, že som priťahovaná k dievčatám.
And I really believed and I really thought that I was born gay, so I thought it was my right as a human being to pursue my own happiness.
A vlastne ja som bola presvedčená o tom, že som sa narodila ako lesbička, a bola som presvedčená, že ako ľudská bytosť vlastne mám právo na to ísť si za svojím šťastím.
So inside, in my mind, I decided that okay, I'm this lesbian, this is who I am, and I was still processing. I didn't tell anyone, but I knew in my heart this is who I am.
Čiže vlastne ja som vnútorne vedela, že ok, ja som lesbička, ale nikomu som to nepovedala, čiže len som si to tak vnútorne spracovala a vedela som, že toto je moja identita.
But I always carried some shame of my identity because somewhere deep down inside I knew that it wasn't right, but I still pursued that lifestyle.
Ale zároveň som sa jej hanbila za túto identitu, lebo niekde v hĺbke srdca som vedela, že to nie je správne, a napriek tomu som vlastne pokračovala v tomto životnom štýle a identite.
So I continued this life of embracing my lesbian identity. got into relationships with other women.
Takže vlastne som žila túto svoju lesbickú identitu a vlastne vstupovala som do vzťahov so ženami.
And I was in a long-term relationship with another woman.
A bola som vlastne aj v takom dlhšom vzťahu s jednou ženou.
I could truly say from the bottom of my heart I was really happy with the partner choice I had. I thought this would be my marriage partner.
A vlastne môžem povedať, že naozaj z hĺbky srdca som bola presvedčená, že toto je moja partnerka na celý život, že sa zoberieme.
And I thought eventually I would get married, we would have our own house, and I would be settled like my brother and my sister. They were married, they had kids, so this was my kind of idea of living life.
A čiže vlastne som mala predstavu, že OK, že vezmeme sa, budeme mať spolu dom, tak ako sa moja sestra a môj brat tiež zobrali a majú deti, a že takto budeme jednoducho spolu žiť svoj život.
And I was never looking for God. Actually, when I was following Sikhism, it wasn't something that I really practiced, but I was kind of disconnected from my own religion.
Čiže vlastne nepoznala som Boha, síce vedela som vlastne mali sme to sikhské pozadie, ale nepraktizovala som ho, čiže som bola vlastne taká odpojená od náboženstva.
And my partner at the time, when we first met, she told me she was a Christian.
A vlastne tá moja partnerka vtedy mi povedala, že ona je kresťanka.
But she was not a practicing Christian.
Ale ona nebola praktizujúcou kresťankou.
And at the very beginning of our relationship, we had a conversation, something about how God does not approve of homosexuality, and this made me very angry.
A na začiatku ešte nášho vzťahu sme mali taký rozhovor a vlastne sme sa bavili o tom, že ako Boh neschvaľuje homosexualitu, a mňa to hrozne nahnevalo.
But we never had that conversation again, and it never interrupted our relationship.
Ale potom sme sa už nikdy viac o tom nerozprávali, čiže vôbec to nejak nerušilo náš vzťah.
And it made me angry because I thought I was born this way, and this is why I couldn't control how I felt, and if I was born gay, then how could God be angry with me?
A vlastne preto ma to nahnevalo vtedy, že som si povedala, že keď som sa tak narodila, tak vlastne to nemôžem ovládať, a prečo by sa Boh na mňa hneval za to, za čo ja nemôžem.
And it wasn't 7 years later until my partner at that time, she had an encounter with Christ.
A vlastne 7 rokov moja partnerka vlastne sa stretla s Kristom.
And that is when the relationship came to an end.
A vtedy vlastne náš vzťah vzájomný sa skončil.
But deep down I knew that I couldn't challenge what she was saying, because in my heart I knew that what I felt, that it wasn't right, it was wrong, but I was just pursuing my flesh.
Ja som nemohla vlastne vyčítať to jej rozhodnutie, pretože som hlboko v srdci vedela, že to, čo ja robím, je zlé, že vlastne ja nasledujem túžby môjho tela.
And I wanted to know more about Jesus, and she shared actually the gospel of Jesus Christ, and I was just listening quietly, intently.
Čiže ja som sa chcela dozvedieť viacej o Ježišovi, takže ona sa so mnou podelila o evanjelium Ježiša Krista a ja som veľmi pozorne počúvala.
And when I heard the gospel message, I realized that my whole entire life was built on a lie that I was born gay.
A vlastne keď som si vypočula evanjeliové posolstvo, tak som si v tej chvíli uvedomila, že vlastne moje presvedčenie, že som sa narodila ako lesbička, bolo klamstvo, v ktorom som celý život žila.
I didn't fully understand everything of what I was getting involved in when I said yes to giving my life to the Lord.
A vlastne keď som povedala Pánovi áno, tak som celkom nechápala, do čoho idem.
But when I said yes,
ale keď som povedala toto áno,
He instantly delivered me from homosexuality.
Ma v tej chvíli okamžite vyslobodil z homosexuality.
So only the absolute truth can break those years of life in an instant.
Čiže v jednom okamihu sa môže zmeniť to, čo dovtedy bola pre mňa pravda.
But it wasn't just homosexuality he dealt with and delivered me from false religion.
Ale riešil mňa nielen homosexualitu, ale oslobodil ma aj od falošného náboženstva.
And when I was in that lifestyle, I was heavily drinking.
A keď som žila vlastne týmto životným štýlom, tak som som veľa aj pila.
I would drink every day and heavily drink and always want to drink.
Ja som vlastne každý deň pila a pila som dosť veľké množstva a vlastne stále som to musela robiť.
But after walking with the Lord and journeying with the Lord, 2 years into my journey, He delivered me from alcohol addiction.
Ale vlastne po 2 rokoch žitia s Pánom, s Ježišom, on ma oslobodil aj od tejto závislosti, od alkoholu.
And the Lord has continued to work in my heart. So all these years that I've been walking with the Lord, He has done some amazing things in my life.
A Pán naďalej pôsobí v mojom srdci a za ten čas, čo s ním kráčam, urobil úžasné veci v mojom živote.
And as I continue to walk with Him,
a ako naďalej s ním kráčam,
I know He will continue to work in my heart.
Ja viem, že on bude naďalej pôsobiť v mojom srdci,
because He will always want me to walk in holiness.
Pretože vždy bude mu záležať na tom, aby som kráčala vo svetosti.
Thank you.
Ďakujem vám.